But I guess what happens is that
They don't know what the other
every other year they're
they share.
but so yeah, so this year is.
Yeah, so how did you get the piano?
That's a long story. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. Goes back way back to the 1930s. And it was at the time of the Depression. The whole country, the whole world had fallen into a depression, of which the value of the dollar went to nothing practically. And so it was very extreme poverty. But anyway, the story about the piano is connected with my dad. He was married and had 2 little children and was again struggling to just keep things going. He had a job, worked for a guy in Portland. About that time, his uncle came from Western Canada to visit. He had some money and he had made his will out and left $1,000, which in those days would be probably 20,000, 30,000 now.
Wow.
But 1,000 then was a lot of money. And he had, in his will, he left it to the oldest son in my father's family, of which there was 9 children. Anyway, he came to visit and he found that the oldest son was already in the army. But the second son, Elijah, again was married, had 2 children, and when he saw the whole picture, he changed his mind and thought, I think Elijah needs $1,000. So when he went home, he changed his will and left $1,000 to my father, and which I really don't know how that reacted in the older brother. I never heard that part of the story. Anyway, my father took this $1,000, and when I think about it, I think, you know, if I had $1,000, what would I spend it on? But amazing, he went and took it and bought this piano. Have you got a picture of it?
All right, I'll put it in.
You will. So he bought this piano brand new, and then he went out and bought a brand new car. Which there was, at that time, there weren't even any cars on the road. And it was one of the first cars that probably was around here, and my dad had never driven a car. And he went, somebody took him to Brockville, I'm not sure of that story, and he'd never driven a car, and he drove it back to Newville, or back to Portland. So that's quite a story in itself. But anyway, here's this piano that I have now in 2013. It's still going. So after that, the finish of that year, I tried my grade 6 piano, and I had only had 2 years of playing music. I tried my grade 6 piano and I got it. And then she said, oh, you did so well, next year you're going to try your grade 8.
Were you feeling a little stressed?
Well, I probably could have done it, but by that time I was in high school. The high school was putting on an operetta. Now an operetta is a thing that's all musical.
Yeah.
And another girl and I were asked to learn all the pieces.
To play it?
A thick book of all the music that went in this operetta.
Oh.
So as a result, I spent too much time practicing the operetta pieces and not enough time practicing the grade 8 piano exam.
Oh, okay.
So I missed it by 1 mark.
Oh.
That's okay.
But I would think that playing for the operetta would be so much more experience.
Exactly. The experience I learned from that.
It's more worth it.
Was just, you know, I got so I could have to play in front of people. And
that's much more valuable.
No, it was. And I didn't regret it. At 80 years of age, I still enjoy playing the piano.
You do it very well.
We enjoy listening.
I'm just thankful for the years that I've had to not only that I learned to play on it, but all my children learned to play the piano. So
And grandchildren.
I'm very, pardon?
And grandchildren.
And grandchildren.
Yeah.
So I'm just very grateful for that my dad took that money and bought a piano.
Yeah,
Much to be thankful for.
very much so.
Okay.